Yeah, good morning, people around in England now. Yeah, two months grace to sort out your debts. Yeah, first off now, the Bank of England, right? They need to get their shit together. Do they say anything to these companies who charge interest rate for all the years people pay back to these companies milking people? How about Bank of England telling these companies to pay back the interest rate, right? What these companies have been charging. You know, how about these companies paying the money back? All these debt collectors, they're bloodsuckers, really. They're bloodsuckers. They trying to, pay extra. You know, if you have a minimum payment, now on top of that, you got to pay a little bit extra to clear your debts out now, right? Supposing, where's this money coming from? How are you going to pay extra when you're barely making a minimum payment? So in other words, the Bank of England right now, because of the incompetence of the Bank of England, useless Bank of England, right, it's not handle their business, it's probably run by some big shot who's making money, who's got his hand out, you know, they don't understand making a minimum payment, yeah, right, is that's what the person can afford, but when you increase the money, right, where's this money coming from? It's just going to make it even worse. They're putting people under strain. They're putting people under pressure. So these companies right now should man up and say, look, we're going to pay you back interest because you're paying interest. You already paid these companies off. So if you borrow 1 G's, you're going to have to pay back 3 G's on top. And they still charge you this money. It's still the interest you're paying out, like, you're paying for whatever. You're paying money. So where's this money going? What's the government doing about these companies? You've been paying them for like, what, five years, 1 G's. You already paid off the 1 G's, what you borrowed. Right? So my argument is these companies going to pay you back? No, the Bank of England don't go after you. They don't go after these companies. They go after you because you're the soft target. So Bank of England, you are a joke. Whoever you are, you're a joke, you're a disgrace, shameful, and you need to go. You need to go. And Bank of England, you are a joke. You are a joke. Period. You know, how about getting the money back, the interest, what people have been paying out? Getting that money back from these companies now. So, in other words, the company's making more money out of you. Because you're paying them extra to pay off your debt, right? Whatever, right? Like I said, you borrow 1 G. You'll be paying them back like more than the money what you borrowed. More than money. You be paying them back like I said, 1 G is an example. You pay them back about like 5 G's. 5 G's. So everybody's going to feel the crunch now. And if you go the bankruptcy route, right, your credit's shot for 6 years. They ruined you for 6 years. You know? The only other alternate is people to say, look, I stop working. I'll stop working. You ain't get shit out of me. Like, you know, that could go down. You know, that could go down. So the Bank of England is because of their interference, sticking their nose in where it don't concern. They want people to pay money off. But the government should act. This is say to the companies right now, okay, right, you pay a set fee. No interest. Take away the interest now. That is the key. Take away the interest. The government is not working in your favour. The government is to blame as well, right? Interest, right? When I say interest, okay, you pay interest on your whatever, right? You're still paying. These companies are making money. Interest. When does it stop? You've reached your limit. You've paid off what you're supposed to get. And you pay them off in interest. So they probably, but like I said, for $1,000, right? You're paid off the $1,000 and they play you, and you paid more than the $1,000. You pay them back maybe $3,000 to $4,000 and you're still paying them. You know, you're still paying them with these cards. All these cards out there, they're called criminals. They're all criminals, you know. So the Bank of England, they need to do their job. They need to say to the company, look, you've taken all this money from this person, right? So we're going to say to you, you're going to give this money back. and we're going to set a guideline. The Bank of England is not working with me. They should say, look, from now on, it's interest free. Interest free. But the companies do not want to do that. See, that's what I am blaming the government. The government should step in and say, look, you've taken interest out of this individual, right? Interest free now. Interest free now. Because all these companies now are going to do now, they're going to be charging like, they're going to pay extra on a minimum payment. You're going to be paying extra on a minimum payment. I'm telling you right now. So everybody's going to be getting it. Everybody's going to be feeling the crunch now. So looking at this figure, estimated 700,000. 1.2 million a year. 1.2 million people are going to be in this kind of business, So it is wrong. I say it's wrong. I say everybody should have a set fee. My advice is to speak to the card provider, work out a fee which you can afford, and then take it from there, But I'm saying Bank of England, shame on you, because you ain't doing your job properly. You have not done your job properly, because the interest free what these companies charge is terrible. It's terrible. So, but I don't expect no help from this Tory government. I don't expect no help from him, He's not a man of the people. I never voted for the Tories, so... but what other choice do we got? So the Bank of England, all these guys are in it, mate. All these guys are in it. They ain't looking out for the poor man. You know what I'm saying? They ain't looking out for the poor man. All these card providers, they're bloodsuckers, mate. They're vampires. Alright? They're vampires. But my advice is don't go bankruptcy, because if you file bankruptcy, you're in bad credit for like 6 years. 6 years, and then your credit is shot. So my advice is speak to the card providers and work out a payment you can afford. You can afford. Don't listen to them when they charge their fee. You say to them what you can afford. What you can afford. It's sad. Because you just think all that interest money you paid out. Just think about it, all that money interest you paid out. So they're criminals. These car providers, they are criminals. So they're robbing. So the thing is, right? You go to these car companies now and say, yo, what about this money? What about this money you took from me? Where is it? How come my money has not gone down? So they're lining their pockets. All these card providers, executives, they're lining their pockets. They're criminals. They're all criminals out there. They're all criminals out there. So the thing is, my advice is just tell them what you can afford. Don't listen to them when they say, oh, right, we're going to pay. Don't pay shit. Don't pay extra on this shit. Just pay money what you can afford. Don't pay money what you can afford. And, and if they get shitty with you, just say, me, if it was me personally, I say to them, look, you guys want me to pay this, blah, 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 and all this. Look, I don't work. So you don't get, none of you vampires get no money. So how are you going to ask for payment when there's no check coming in? So no check. What are you going to do? You can't, you can't have a debt collector come around my house, it came around my place. I'll tell you what. He came around looking for me. I say, let him. I'll tell you what. He better leave the country. That's all I'm saying. He better leave the country. Debt collector come round the house looking for a thing. Come to my house. Come to my house. Oh, mate. Mike Tyson, baby. We watched that Mike Tyson versus Spinks in Atlantic City. And I'm Mike Tyson, baby. So, step to me, baby. All right? So I'm going to end this conversation now.